It sounds like somebody might have a little background.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody might have a little background. Oh shit, that's my ass. Yo, what's good, bros? What's good?
Hey, what's up, man? Everything's great.
For sure. Appreciate y'all for coming up in here.
First.
Basically, what I wanted to do is just try something different. You know what I mean? Really have like a chop up with all the bros, and we can just if everything goes smooth, then I'll try to do this as maybe a weekly or a monthly thing where we can all just come in as a community and really just talk our talk for real, for real.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, we see the topic. You know what I mean? I want to try. I'm just trying out different things, but for this one, I want to try to stick to a certain topic, and then we can ping off each other's ideas. We can give each other advice, and if more people start to come in, then of course we'll start rotating people in and out. But keep in mind that this live is unlisted, so it's not publicized on my main channel. What I'm gonna do is potentially edit this video or just throw it on Patreon or potentially throw it on YouTube. We're just trying something out right now.
Okay.
For sure. What's good, Mario? What's good, bro? One of the homies. You can come in anytime, Mario. The link is in the Patreon. But yeah, so I guess we'll start the topic off. Khalil, can you hear me, bro? Khalil, the truth is, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. If you don't mind, go ahead and start off on this topic. It's basically just two questions, and then you would basically just answer it. So, and we all here to help each other, so it's no judgment zone over here, and we'll be able to just bounce off each other's ideas, and we'll kind of just go in the rotation of you, Mike, Sinclair, and then I'll go last.
So it starts out with me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So like this is what I found out my biggest problem, and I don't think it's only me. I think it's just most guys. The reason why we have a fear of approaching women is because we're too outcome dependent. So what I mean is that we're thinking about the rejection before it even happens. So what happens is when you approach a girl, you're already thinking on whether or not she's gonna reject you. So you start to think in your mind, what should I say? Should I say this? Because you're trying hard not to get rejected. So what happens is you're supposed to go with the flow, and then of course when you go with the flow, it's gonna come out more natural. But when you start thinking about the rejection, it's almost like you become fake because you're trying to find a way to like impress her. That's the same. It's the same way. Like the reason why we get scared when we go to job interviews, because we want the job, so we want to do the best as we can to get that job. So we kind of get nervous because we like, no, what if I say this? I might not get the job. What if I do this? But if you go to a job interview and you don't care about getting the job, you don't care about what happens, you're gonna be more confident. So I think that's the thing. So with me, I know when I talk to women, like especially like if I'm just talking to a girl, like maybe I'm not trying to get with her.
Yeah.
Like I can naturally talk to the women. But let's say I'm in the street and I see some fine girl or somebody that I want to approach. The first thing that goes in my head, I start thinking about what should I say? How should I go about? Because I'm already thinking about the rejection before it even happens. And that's what kind of like, I think that's the thing that kind of slows me down.
Okay. So you would mainly say, I guess in the sense of this topic, your biggest fear would be approaching women because of potentially getting rejected.
Pretty much, we think the problem is that rejection is going to happen, but we're thinking too much of it to the point where we psych ourselves out. Where technically we supposed to not worry about the rejection. You're supposed to just approach her like you're trying to get her number, but you're supposed to approach her as if you're just talking to her and you just happen to get the number. But what happens is when we talk to her, we're already thinking about whether or not she's gonna how of basically if she's gonna reject us and how she's gonna reject us. So I guess if we have to stop thinking about the rejection so much, or me, it will kind of improve.
Okay. Mike, you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I actually do. So one of the things that I feel like men are really afraid of when approaching is that they think, like, for example, let's say they're with their friends, right? And their friends say, yo, go talk to her. One of the things that they're really afraid of is how their friends might react if they get rejected.
Uh-huh.
So, but you know, when you see someone fine and you're with your friends, like, go talk to her, and you go talk to her and you get rejected, and now your friends are just like, ha ha ha, you know, they're like laughing at you, sort of. And I think that's something that men really fear on top of the rejection. So, how I think of it is, because this is how I started approaching, was my friends they saw that I wasn't afraid to approach. So they would always tell me to go do it. And if I ever got rejected, they would be like, they would do the whole thing of making fun of me, right? But I would tell them straight up, I'd be like, hey, at least I tried. See, they saw that girl and they were like, oh my gosh, she's bad, da da da. Right? But they never did anything about it. So that even if my chances were 20%, that's still 20% higher than theirs because they didn't even have the balls to go do it.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So even if you get rejected you make 100 approaches and you get rejected by 80, you know, that's still more than most guys. Most guys don't even have the balls to go approach a woman. So I think my biggest fear at some point, it wasn't even the rejection. It was just like how people would look at me. Like you're just worried about the people around you. Like even in the club, let's say you're in a club, you're at a party, and there's some girl there who looks really good, and she's with her friends. Like you're not only worried about how she's gonna react, you're worried about how her friends are gonna react. So that's just how I see it. Other than that, I don't really have much of a fear of approaching or anything like that anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Mario, what up, bro? Oh yeah, I think I muted you. What's good, bro?
Hey, how y'all doing, man?
Good. Appreciate you coming in here, bro. Hey, Sinclair, you want to touch on that? Oh yeah, my boy Sinclair, he's been in the field with me. You know what I mean? Like I knew him way before I even made it, so he definitely has a take on this that I know will be pretty unique. But yeah, you go ahead, bro.
Yeah, you guys hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So pretty much like my biggest fear on approaching women, it wouldn't even be the rejection, to be honest. It's more like her not trusting me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, because I know I have so much to offer and I have good intentions. It's kind of like if I get rejected, I take it a little bit too personal because I'm like, damn, like was she rejecting me because she thought I was trying to like pull a fast one on her or something like that? And it's kind of I take it personal because I'm like, yo, like I have so much good things to offer. You know what I'm saying? So I would say it's not more so like of the rejection of like not me being validated. It's more like my good intentions, I guess, not being validated. You know what I mean? I would say that, and also to touch on what Mike said too, about like the people around. I feel like that's also a big thing too. Not so much now, like, you know, more like when I still get it though. It's like I don't want to get rejected in front of other people because what happens if I want to approach that person later on and I'm like, damn, they see me get rejected.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, like now I'm gonna go up to them, nigga, like, oh, like this is the guy that got rejected, you know, in front of me. It's kind of like, you know, I kind of get that a little bit, but sometimes I really don't even care because it's kind of like once the momentum builds, it's kind of like you really don't even care anymore, like of who sees. But I think the key to that is approaching a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But pretty much my main thing is just the trust. It's like, damn, like you don't trust me? Like I think that's my main thing. I take it a little bit too personal sometimes.
For sure. Yeah. He said something there too, bro. You gotta approach a lot, man. Like really my biggest fear when it comes to me approaching women is typically the first approach. But after I get done with the first one, the shit is really, really easy. It can become complicated because I feel like approaching women is always going to be one of those things where it's a little tricky because no matter how much game or no matter how many times you've approached and had success, that first time on that first day when you're not feeling it, that shit, it always to me seems like damn, you know. But then once you get up in there, it's a lot more easier. Once you start building that momentum, you smooth sailing. What's good, Isaiah?
Oh man, not much. How you doing?
All good, bro. All
True.
good. Mario, I'm gonna let you hop on this topic real quick.
Alright, so we're talking about
Yeah,
the both
Mike.
topics, or we're talking about just the approaching?
Just the approaching one first, and then we'll get into the other topic after that. But you can touch on approaching however you want to.
Alright, so with the approaching thing, it's really just self-image. That's what I'm talking. With the approaching thing, it's just like a self-image. It's just how you view yourself. So it's really how you feel about you during that time or during the day or just in general. So it also depends on what you're doing, like what you're doing in your life or with moving forward and learning and whatnot. Because whatever you do with you transitions to everything else. So when you're approaching, you're really approaching for you. You're not approaching for the girl because, you don't know the girl, right? So you're talking to somebody, but it's really like you're having an interaction within yourself because you kind of already know what the conversation is going to be like, right? You can take a couple guesses of what's going to go on, what you're going to say, what she's going to say, but really you're doing it for you. So whatever you like, if you don't feel confident that day, it's going to show. But the thing is, like you said, the first approach might be a little like intimidating, but after that it gets easier because you're getting more comfortable with you.
Yeah.
So
I like what you said there. You got a big point there. Approaching really benefits us more than the woman. Because if she rocks with us, cool, but we're doing this to help ourselves out. Low key, damn her. You know what I mean? Like fuck that. But if it works out, it works out. But it's so much more that can come with approaching, other than just the number or the hangout or whatever. Isaiah, you wanted to touch on this, bro?
Yeah, for sure. So I think my biggest fear when approaching women was probably, bro, I gotta say it had to be like putting them way up on like a pedestal and like only seeing like as a sex object. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like once I looked past that and kind of started taking approaches as like, okay, I can make this like a networking opportunity, stuff like that, instead of everything has to lead to sex. You know what I mean? So that was probably the biggest thing that like held me back. But once I got over that, it was all good.
No, you got a point there, bro. And these women, they are, they, as far as the sex, women are built for sex, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're freaky as hell. So, don't get psyched out with that. Khalil, did anybody want to touch more on this approach again?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something real quick. So one of the things, so before I was really scared to like approach, I was afraid of rejection. But what happened was when I started doing YouTube with one of my friends, I had a whole separate channel doing YouTube with one of my friends, and he was doing infield, and we were doing that. That kind of gave me the confidence because we had like an excuse, and it might sound cowardly, but we had an excuse we're doing this for a video, right? But right, but eventually off the camera I was able to do it because it just gave me immense confidence. And then when you go 10 for 10, like one time I went 10 for 10 for real, and I was just like, wow, like I couldn't believe it, like because before I was just so scared. I thought everyone would reject me, right? And I'm not even like that bad looking. It's just about what happens, like what goes on in your heart, what goes on in your brain. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it really is practice. And someone said that it's about going and doing it over and over again. It really is practice because eventually, it's a new day. But once you get over that first one, then it's like it's natural eventually. and you apply it into your real life.
Facts. So accountability check. What we doing? How we looking this month?
Oh man, I've been pretty good, bro. I've been missing some days, but I'll try to catch up with like 4 the next day. You know what I mean?
Okay. What we doing,
no
Mario?
approaches today though, bro. I'm behind.
To be real, man, I'll be slacking.
We got them 2 in today.
Oh no. I've been chilling. Yesterday was my birthday. I just turned 26.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother. I didn't even know.
I just been chilling, man. Just chilling here with a chicken, and you know, I haven't been going out much, but yeah, I've just been chilling.
I feel you. What about you, Khalil? You been getting those 2 approaches in? I don't know if he can hear me. The truth is.
Oh, the truth. You talking about? Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that, you know, since the quarantine, like I haven't been going anywhere. Like the only place I actually like go is to the gym. So I guess the question is that, you know, how do I go about, you know, approaching women at the gym? Because, you know, the gym is kind of usually the toughest because, you know, most of the girls there are working out.
Yeah.
And I'm working out as well too. So, you know, it's like, how do you, get that?
Do you drive to the gym?
No, I walk because it's only a mile away, so I just walk.
So do you see, like, are there any stores or any places around the gym when you're walking to the gym?
Yeah, it's in the plaza. Yeah, there's like stores. Yeah,
get those approaches in the plaza. You feel me? I know there's women that either work in those stores or something. Just 2. And keep in mind, bros, this month challenge, it isn't necessarily to do a full-blown approach to where you get the girl's number and you potentially hang out or fuck her or anything like that. It's just to pretty much say hi to 2 different women a day. You know what I mean? So you can do that in the gym, of course, but when you're on the way to the gym or when you're leaving the gym, stop by whatever plazas are there, Dollar General, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just stop by and get them in, bro. Telling you, it's gonna help you in the long run. You feel me? Because eventually we're gonna up these challenges to doing more. But right now we're just doing 2 approaches. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, so whenever I go out, I do them. I try to do more than 2 really whenever I go out, but I don't go out too often. I go out, you know, maybe like once every 2 or 3 days now, ever since quarantine. But whenever I go out, I get them in.
For sure. Yeah, bros, keep it up, man. I mean, and really with me as well, because when you have the mindset of like, okay, this is what I do every day, it's just a challenge. Like, funny enough, you guys that are on my Buy Me a Coffee, I have an audio that I'm going to upload on there later on this week where I approached this woman and I told her that I'm doing the 2 approaches a day challenge for the month. Like, that was my approach. I'm like, hey, me and my friends, we're doing a challenge this month where we approach 2 women and you're the second one. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that simple, bro. You know, and that shit, you guys will hear that when it uploads or whatever. But yeah, man. So what do you want to accomplish before 2020 is over? We kind of swapped the topic a little bit on this one. You guys got any specific goals y'all want to share? And I actually go first on this one. Me personally, I want to move. You know what I mean? I've been trying to move for a while, and this quarantine shit has slowed everything down. But I'm in the process of doing that so that I feel like a new scene can always help. A new environment, a new setting. So my goal before 2020 is over is to move into a different place. But we can go in order on that. Mike, you got your goals for 2020?
Yeah, I do. So I have about like 3 goals. One of them is to get my YouTube channel and my podcast to like 500 or 1,000 subscribers, you know, just to see growth, just to see something like that. The second one is probably get straight A's in school. That's my goal because I want to get like a PS5 in December and I'm going to buy it for myself, but I want to see myself like I want to make sure, I want to prove to myself that I have my priorities straight. So before I even do that, I'm gonna get straight A's, and if I don't get straight A's, I'm not gonna buy that shit for myself. Straight up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you can do that, bro, for sure. You said
that's
you
about
had one more.
it. No, that's about it.
Okay, I feel you. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so my goals that for 2020 is like I'm trying to get like as lean as possible. Two, I want to, since my birthday's around December, I'm trying to like I'm actually trying to travel, because I don't know how the restrictions are right now. So like I'm just trying to travel and try to you know approach as many girls as possible. Like approach girls that's in my area. If
Uh-huh.
possibly travel somewhere else and approach more. Just to get my feet wet.
For sure. Sinclair, can you hear me, bro? So you have a couple technical difficulties.
Yeah, I hear you. It sounds only I was back. I can't really hear him.
You're a little muffled. All right, try to come back in.
I'm gonna mute my.
All right, Isaiah. Did you want
Yo.
to this topic?
Yeah, bro. I think my biggest goal for this year is just to, I think, lock down an LLC for my company, and then just see some growth in like my clients and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Sure.
it can happen, bro. It can happen. That shit
Yeah.
can really happen in the process of 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I just need to stop procrastinating.
Yeah.
Time to get on that.
What about you, Mario?
What I want to do is I want to get this YouTube stuff started, man. I feel like I almost have my like what kind of stuff I want to do on the
Uh-huh.
YouTube. So I think I'm gonna get started on that pretty soon. And we have like 4 months left: September, October, November, December. So we have 4 months left. In that time, I'm probably gonna be moving out of here, finding a new place. I do want to keep studying on the guitar, and I want to look into school a little bit. Um, right now, I just have the truck and the motorcycle, so I want to get me like a little car to get around in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I want to visit like some of my family, like that's scattered around, because we
Yeah.
all live in different states and all of that. So I want to visit some of them.
You can do all that, bro, for sure. And especially the channel, bro. We've been waiting on you. Once you start that up, you got our support for sure, for sure.
Sweet, sweet.
Just drop that shit in the chat. Sinclair, can you hear me, bro? I think he's still muted. But yeah,
Yeah, I hear
man.
you.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I hear you.
You
Yeah, I
had
hear
any
me.
2020? Yeah. You good?
Yeah, yeah. My bad. Yeah, so pretty much my goals right now, or what I want to accomplish before 2020 is over, it's pretty much like just working on myself. I really have like no number goals, anything like that, or
Uh-huh.
like anything that I really like want to accomplish as far as business. It's more like just working on myself, and it sounds crazy, but rewiring my DNA. You know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy as hell, but like rewiring the thought process and everything like that. So pretty much just working on my health and just making sure I'm good. Right now I'm living in Pennsylvania, but when I go back to LA, I was living in LA, but I'm in PA right now. When I go back to LA, I just want to be 100% like ready. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everything is good. So pretty much I'm just better in a better state, if that makes any sense.
No, for sure. I feel like we all can benefit from doing that, self-improving and shit like that. For sure, for sure. Yeah, bros. Well, like I said, I kind of just wanted to test the water with this. You know what I mean? If you guys, how y'all feel about this? Like, if we were to do this, maybe like once a month or something like that.
I think that's cool, bro.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay,
Yeah, that'll be solid.
yeah.
It would be awesome.
As we grow, you know what I mean? Everything's a process. That's why you gotta try out different things and just see what happens. But as we grow, of course, we'll be probably having more people in. So then we'll be rotating. I know some people thought it was a different day and different times and stuff like that. But I really just want to, you know, as a community, I just want to chop it up with you guys and really, you know what I mean, get that vibe going to where we can all just bounce off each other and help each other out.
For sure.
Did anyone else want to touch on anything? Because I ain't gonna carry this one for too long. We'll probably just go for like 30 minutes or anything like that. And as we get more comfortable with this shit, we'll be able to really just flow. Did anybody have any more final thoughts?
Yeah, I think it would be dope if chat, you know, puts questions for us. We answer them, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Give our takes on it. So that'd be pretty awesome.
For sure. Dude, real quick, do any of y'all have this live stream up on YouTube right now? Or are all y'all just on StreamYard?
I'm on
I have it on
StreamYard.
YouTube too.
Yeah.
You got it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
straight up on StreamYard.
we probably got like maybe 2 or 3 people that's just watching it right now. If any of y'all got any questions that's watching it, go ahead and drop it. And what I may do, I may just make it public next time. But I just wanted to catch a vibe first. You feel me? That's why I just did it unlisted, so it's not on the main channel. But yeah. I'm gonna definitely look into some different ways. Anybody else have anything else? Nope. Okay. Well, yeah, appreciate all y'all for rocking with me, bro. Appreciate y'all for checking out the channel. Appreciate y'all for up here, hopping on the Patreon, buy me a coffee, all that good shit. I really appreciate it. Got a lot more content coming soon. In the process of moving right now, bros. Let me give y'all a sneak peek. Y'all Camp MIA is coming, but we're in Vegas right now. Like this is where I'm gonna be doing the. You know what I mean? Like
You're in Vegas, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
This is where I'm trying to move and shit. So hopefully, you know, before all this shit or whenever this shit clears up, we can actually start linking up. You know what I mean? Because I'll have somewhere, and you guys are definitely more than welcome to pop up, and we can start hitting the field together. Because me personally, I don't think any field is fucking with Vegas.
Oh,
right
no, of course.
Man, Vegas is lit, bro. Are you moving to a different state?
Yeah. I'm planning on moving to Vegas. I'm in the process of that right now.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm all the way in New York City, bro. So if I'm ever in Vegas, for sure.
Oh yeah. Pop up, bro. And that's why I said I'm gonna be doing like instead of just consultations and stuff like that, I'm gonna be doing some type of coaching to where we can actually just hit the field together, and we can possibly LA or wherever. You know what I mean?
Hey yo.
Yeah.
What up?
Hey yo, Mike. Take down my IG. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm a hop skipping away from New York. I'm like an hour and 15 minutes. And if you want a game or anything like that, we could do that too. We could link up. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's pretty much my first and last name, Sinclair Boyd. And if any of
Sinclair.
you guys wanna take that down as well, we can all link up.
Got you, bro.
If any of y'all
Put it in the chat.
Yeah, type it in.
Where the chat at? Oh, right here.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, everybody can drop their IGs up in there for real.
I'm putting it right now.
But yeah, bro, it's like it's it's gonna be a good growth for the channel. It's gonna be a good growth for this year. We just gotta keep grinding, man. Hold ourselves accountable. Do what we need to do. All this shit gonna work out. I'm ready for this quarantine shit to be over with. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm about sick of this.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm ready for it to be a wrap, man.
I'm tired of wearing these masks, and although there are other ways to get what you need to get done, I don't know. I got a real coming soon where I'm gonna talk about this shit, because honestly, I personally feel like this is probably the best thing that ever happened to the U.S. because now it lets people really sit down with themselves and figure out what they need to do or who they are and shit like that. But yeah, it's definitely a time to reflect. But hey, I think it's been long enough.
I got a question for y'all, if you don't mind me
Oh
You
yeah,
still
yeah.
have time? Okay, so has quarantine affected your confidence in any sort of way? Like if let's say you haven't talked to someone in a while or you haven't talked to someone in a while, has it affected you? Do you feel more intimidation to approach?
I actually thought it would because I've been in the crib like a long time, and I thought it would. I'm like, all right, damn. When I go outside, I'm gonna be shaky. But to be
Yeah.
honest, when I actually started talking, it was like back to normal. It had no effect really.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, it didn't
It's
have
in
an
your
effect. I thought it
DNA
did.
now,
I
bro.
thought it would have a crazy effect. What's that?
It's in your DNA now.
Say that again. Oh yeah, word. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely helped me adjust. I don't know if it's necessarily knocked down the confidence, but it's helped me adjust and realize that you can't stick to one thing because before this, like before my channel and all that, I was really just focusing on DJing. But right now, that shit is dead. Like the DJs are fucked right
Mm.
now because no one ever thought that shit like this would happen. So it definitely made me start adjusting and looking into different things I can do with life.
For sure.
Oh, let me ask you guys a question. Like, let's say like you walk in, like let's say you want to approach a girl, right? I don't know if this happened to you guys. Like, do you see sometimes like you'll see some girl and like she has like this demeanor as if like she doesn't want to be approached?
Yeah, all the
Oh,
time, bro.
yeah. Yeah, bro. It
Like,
happens.
I mean, sometimes just like say hello, man, just to see like, if you could change your vibe. If not, man, just keep it pushing, bro.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just push it. Like to be honest, if somebody really doesn't want to be met, like it is what it is. That's just that one person. I try not to take it personal. Like she has like a really bad attitude. To be honest, if she has an attitude, bro, like I don't even want to meet her anyway. It's kind of like now like the script has changed. Like I don't even want to meet her now because that's not my type of girl I want to talk to. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to girls that are more like bubbly and friendly. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have no problem of getting rejected with a girl that has an attitude because she then became a girl that I don't like. You know? That's
Mm-hmm.
how I
I
feel
like
about
girls with attitudes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because because at the same time it kind of is a challenge.
Yeah.
So I would just say
Word.
like, hey, I'm Mike. Try to start a conversation. Try to even like ask for directions. Like try to start something because what a lot of guys do is that they'll approach, they'll say something, and then they'll get the number and they just dip. Like they just leave. Like
Too quick.
try to
Yeah.
have a genuine conversation. Like seriously.
And keep in mind, you can psych yourself out a lot. And these girls that may have this look or whatever, once you get to talking to them and opening them up, get them laughing, it's a big difference. Like people are going to hold their guard up until you can get them to smile and shit like that. But once you can start talking to women that look that certain way, and this is with people in general, you may be at the gym or be out and about, but if someone's in the line and they're cracking jokes and they're just having a good vibe, everybody else's guard is going to go down. So keep in mind, don't psych yourself out. My personal opinion is talk to her anyway, especially if you want to, because the regret of you not making the approach at all just because you thought she was a certain way, that's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like you'll regret it more just being like, damn, man, I should have just talked to her anyway. So I would definitely just go for it if I was you. And then, like they said, if the vibe isn't good, just keep it pushing. So yeah, you'll definitely run into chicks like that.
So the first question was if quarantine has affected. I think it's impacted positively. Like it's been a positive impact because, like like you said, it's been a time to reflect. So it's been a lot of looking inwards. And like I was saying earlier, when you approach a chick or when you talk to a chick or when you talk to anybody, you're talking from the inside out. So it's more about you, and the more you work on you, the better you feel with you, is the easier it gets. So allowing yourself more time to interact with you and trying to see who you are, that I think impacts you in a positive way when it comes to these things. And I can't remember what the second question was. It was
He's basically talking about if you see a woman you want to approach, but she kind of got like a bitchy face, or she got a vibe like she doesn't want to be talked to. How would you handle that?
I mean, the thing is just start talking to her, and usually the way it's going after that, then you can kind of steer. So it's kind of like just get on the road, and then once you're on the road, just take your turns.
I like that. That was good. No, but for me, for a quarantine, I feel like it's definitely raised my confidence. Also, because I've been learning a lot too. Like not just like since I had the time to reflect on myself, but you know, I got YouTube, I got all these videos, all this free game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
So that shit's been helping a lot. But yeah, dude, I think quarantine's definitely given me the time and like the space that I needed to just like reset and get my mind right. For sure.
yeah, man. We should all come out this thing a lot more better than we were. You know what I mean? In any part of life, not just with women and shit like that, but this is definitely. I feel like the world needed this, you know, because we were going down a deep path, you know what I mean, of not knowing what the fuck was going on. So I think the world kind of needed this shutdown. I know there's a lot of other things that people can say for why this happened, but the fact is it happened, you know. Everything happens for a reason for sure. So I feel like this is kind of one of the best things that can happen.
Yeah, I see it as a blessing in disguise. And I saw a post. It was like, if quarantine didn't bring out the hustler in you, then you never had it in you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's
Yeah.
facts.
so I hope it did bring out the hustler, the spiritual, or the spirit in everybody, because we barely have time for ourselves. Like I bet like most people watching this, or most people don't even meditate. Like sometimes you just gotta empty your mind, be alone with your own thoughts. You have to be alone with yourself sometimes, because we have so much noise going on in the background that if you just close your eyes and listen, you're like, damn, my mind was really messed up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know it's so crazy because I think was it Mario mentioned it about reflection because I'm usually in my thoughts, right? But this quarantine I was more into my thoughts just because I was at home most of the time. And like I don't for you guys don't know, like I had got out of a relationship like last October, right? And for a long time, for like months, I just been like frustrated because of how it ended. But
Uh-huh.
then as I kept, months, listening to Mr. Man in Action, and then I don't know if you guys know Lucario. I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
Oh yeah.
So like it took me a while to realize the most of the problems that happened was my fault because I let it happen. And there was a lot of red flags that I ignored. But it's funny because it's almost like when I was in a relationship, I overlooked the flags, but then it's like as I kept thinking about it, I was like, oh, okay, I see what I did wrong. I I see I got with her too fast. I did this, I did that. So now it kind of opened my brain up because at first I was kind of like mad, but then it's like once I understood what I did wrong, then it's like I start to understand like, okay, this is my fault. So now I know next time, what mistakes I should make and not make. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's the great thing about it, bro. Like life is gonna teach you more than anything else. Because you probably heard certain things that you shouldn't have done or that you did wrong. Like you probably heard other content creators talking about it, but until you actually experience it, that's when it's really gonna hit for you. You know, like life is gonna be your biggest lesson. These videos, I say it all the time, bro. These videos are not gonna be. It's not gonna do it all for you. It can kind of give you that extra push, kind of like coronavirus. Like people are saying they're dying from that, but their whole life they weren't taking care of themselves. You know what I mean? It just gave them that extra push. In some cases, people's immune systems and shit like that. So yeah, life can definitely hit you, bro. You got to be prepared, and you got to experience shit. You got to fail. You got to fuck up. You got to learn from it, though. Yeah, man. Did anybody? I guess that is a pretty good point though that you touched on. How do you guys? What's like some advice that y'all would give for someone who's basically trying to get over their ex? Because it's definitely easier said than done.
Man, I would say just get on your purpose. Like I know you hear this from everyone. I know you hear this from Steph, Fit, AMS, like even Mr. Man in Action. Like I know you hear get on your purpose from everyone, but it gives you something like a reason to wake up in the morning. Like as a man, you really need a reason to wake up in the morning. Like you can't be waking up at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Like sometimes I was doing that because I was going to bed whatever time I wanted and I was waking up whenever time I wanted just because I had no purpose, no guidance. But now that I have a purpose, I'm into the stock market. I have my own channel. Like I have a reason to get up at 9 a.m. and just focus. And
Yeah.
then eventually before you know it, like it doesn't matter. Like I'm not gonna lie, even me sometimes, like yeah, I'll think they'll pop into my head a little bit.
Uh-huh.
We all get like little flashbacks and everything like that. Like we just came out of war and shit, but at the end of the day, like getting on your purpose as a man is probably the biggest thing. Like my best friend is a woman, and I tell her to get on her purpose, but honestly, I don't know like how to tell women to like when they want to get over someone. I don't know what to tell them, but I do know what to tell a man, and we have that drive to work. So
Yeah.
I would say get on your purpose, bro. Like,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Definitely get on your purpose, and even to even like go even deeper, I would um I would write down notes. I'll write down in my notes my priority list. You know what I mean? Like what are my priorities in life, whether it be business, social life, families and friends. I'll go down a list and then work on what's the highest at the list. And then obviously my ex wouldn't even be there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I know what to focus on. And the crazy thing is like and when I like have a girlfriend and I break up with her, I have these looping thoughts of like of what was good. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like
Yeah.
if we broke up,
Focus on that.
I
Yeah.
should be
that
focusing on
ass.
what was bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, oh, like I remember that one time we went to the movies, this and that, and I remember that one time when she came over, and then this and that. Like, so it's kind of like, it's like I shouldn't be looping about that. I should be looping about the stuff that went wrong. Because then once you get into, say for example, if you guys get back together, then it's kind of like then you remind yourself, you're like, oh, this is why I freaking broke up with her. This is the reason why, or this is the reason why she broke up with me, or whatever it is, and you didn't fix it. So it's kind of like I just remember I try to remember what wrong and not the good things. You know what I'm saying? And then like you said, your purpose and pretty much your priorities, and that's pretty much that's how I try to get over an ex. And then also talk to other chicks too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Anybody else want to touch on that?
What it's I find it funny you mentioned that because like I thought, to be honest, I thought I was the only one that felt that way because like this is the truth. Like I'm not home crying over my ex. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, oh, why we broke up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still like I feel like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm at home. I go to work. I'm not really like boohoo crying about it. But one thing I do notice is that it seems like every time I wake up in the morning, it's almost like she pops up in my head, and I don't know why. And that's why sometimes I ask myself, am I over this person? Because it's not like I'm walking to work sad because the breakup happened because I know that it was better for it to happen anyway. But when you keep
Mm.
every time I wake up in the morning and you start to run thoughts in your head about what happened,
Yeah.
sometimes I start to ask myself, like, am I over this person? And like it bothers me because I kind of wanted to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to I wish I wish they could like have like a device where you can like forget your memory about the person so you never think about it because it's like it kind of bothers me that you keep thinking about it.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, keep in mind, bro, you'll never technically get over that person because you had experience with that person. It's kind of like a best friend or an animal that you had. You'll never completely X them out your life because they were a part of your life. So I would just
Mm.
accept that and remember that. You know what I mean? it'll be a lot easier to feel better about yourself when you're like, okay, we had our moments, good and bad, but I gotta move on. And also, bro, this shit helps when you block them on everything. And it's not even from a butthurt perspective. It's from a perspective of you may not need to see her for a couple months on Instagram or on text message or whatever. You might have to just block her. You know what I mean? Even if y'all
Yeah,
don't.
I did all that.
Yeah, that shit can help, bro.
That's
Because
key.
if you,
That's key. Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you're chilling and then you just pop up on Twitter and she's right there, it's going to reactivate your brain to everything about her,
Yo,
positive or
that
bad.
that makes so much sense because it's kind of like it's like when you're on a diet and you have snacks in the crib, it's so hard to resist the snacks because it's right in front of your
For
face.
real.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like when you're on a diet, you have to get rid of the snacks, or else you're gonna have a hard ass time. It's the same thing with your ex. If you're seeing your ex on your Instagram feed, on Twitter, and all that, you have her number. It's so tempting to hit her up. Then it's kind of like you're exerting so much energy on the resisting of not hitting you up, hitting her up or whatever. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, like Jay said, you gotta delete her, you gotta block her, you gotta do whatever to get her out as much as possible, out of your head, out of your view. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, I
one
want to.
thing I
Oh,
would
sorry.
say, I'm sorry, but one thing I would say is just pick up good habits. Like a lot of people, like they get into a depression and they'll resort to drinking, weed,
Uh-huh.
maybe like trying to get more women, and I don't think that's something that you need in your life. I think that you should start getting excited about your future. Like you're young and you have all this time ahead of you. Like start building towards something for real. Like maybe you want a huge house. Like you want to buy your mom a house. You want to buy your mom a car. Like you want a big house or something like that. Like start working towards that. Start taking the small steps. And as you're doing that, you'll forget about your ex because I bet you, bro, in like in a couple years, maybe a couple months, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but someday you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, man, I don't even care about her no more. Like I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got a funny story to tell because here's the crazy thing. Because we last what was it last month? I had went to the post office and I actually saw her. I actually saw my ex there, and literally, and like you see these headphones I had. I literally had these on when like I actually saw her before she saw me. So I had to practically act like she didn't exist, basically, and I had no choice. A part of me kind of wanted to, ask questions and shit like that, but
Yeah.
but then I felt like she probably would have ignored me if I did. So I was like, you know what? It's better if you just act like she don't exist. And it's crazy because she left, right? She left the post office literally 10 minutes before I did. But then when I left, she was still in the parking lot in the car. So when I went to my car, I was like, is she still at that post office on purpose? Because she probably was hoping I was gonna when I saw her car, I was gonna somehow say something to her. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Because it's almost like you don't want me to get over you. So it's almost like she was hoping that I did some. I'm like, nah, you're not gonna get me. I'm gonna just drive her off.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. It's a learning
Smart move.
experience. And like I said, it's definitely easier said than done, bro. Because I feel like it was a term that used to be said a lot, like what you resist will persist. So if you keep on trying to like resist her in a sense of like, I guess saying fuck her or you hate her or whatever, it can make it a little harder for you. You know what I mean? Like be like, yeah, she was cool or whatever. We're just not together no more. She's my ex for a reason.
mhm.
And you got to do the following steps. You got to self improve, learn from your mistakes. The last thing I would say is to just take her back. I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of how y'all broke up or whatever, I wouldn't just take her back in because now y'all got that energy that y'all trying to build back of how it was in the beginning, and it's gone, bro. Once you gotta let her go, you gotta let her go. Isaiah, do you want to touch on this?
No, man. I think y'all got all the points.
Mario, do you have something on this, bro?
Well, I mean, I've had my heart broken a couple of times, man. It's hard. It definitely is hard. Because you're thinking about it. You are like, no matter how hard you're trying not to think about it, you're gonna think about it. But it's like you gotta focus on you, right? So not only like just get on your purpose, just do things you want to do. Like if you want to go out to, like I do this a lot. Like if I want to go do something, like if I want to go see something, a new place, or I want to try something new, that's what I do. Like whenever I see something that catches my eye, I go for it. So it keeps your mind busy, and at the same time, you're experiencing new things. So by filling your mind, your time, and yourself with new things, things that you haven't experienced, really, it kind of just pushes everything else to the side. So you don't have room to think about this person because you're starting to get full of yourself. So you don't need someone else to fill it.
I agree, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think everything at the end of the day, it always comes back to self-improvement. Like the solution to basically all of our problems is just get on our shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every time.
And depending on the situation, she's probably not even thinking about you, bro. Like girls are cold like that. They move
they're out
on
living
and
their best life, bro.
Yeah.
they're living their best life. Like they probably not even thinking about you, bro. Like I hate to say that, but it's true. Like a lot of the time they don't even think about you, bro, depending on what happens. So
That's reality. You know what I mean? Like that's reality for all of us. That isn't specifically your situation. You know what I mean? Like all of us can relate to this in some sort. That's how we're able to ping off each other's message and spread this message. This is what comes with dealing with women. Just like how we talked about the rejection and shit like that. You got to understand if you're going to be in a certain field or play a certain game, you got to know what comes with it, and don't try to deny reality. You know this shit is real over here. It can happen to anybody.
yeah, and a lot of women, they're just naturally cold, bro. They're just naturally cold. Like we have to become cold. So there's just a difference between men and women in that situation.
And a reason why a lot of them are cold because they have more abundance than what guys do. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're
Exactly.
so easy for them to forget.
Yep,
You
it's
know
the
what I'm saying?
mindset.
It's so easy for them to forget because they have 5 other dudes that was waiting online. You know what I'm saying? But for a guy, it's a little bit different. That's why you have to be in the game. You have to have abundance because you can't compete with her forgetting. You know what I'm saying? You can't compete because she's gonna have more abundance than you do if you're not on your shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Thanks. Well, yeah, bro. This is real, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and chop it from here. Do you guys mind if I post this like on the channel?
It's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can post it.
Yeah, that's right.
Make sure I get
That'll
the
probably
green.
motivate people to join a Patreon.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Word.
For real. And yeah, bro. I guess we'll give another final touch. Did you guys have anything else before we close up out of here?
Nah.
Nah, man.
Yeah, that was straight.
Yeah, self-improvement at the end of the day. Appreciate y'all, man. I'll talk to all y'all.
No worries, man. You have a good
Appreciate
one.
you, bro.
All right,
Peace
bro.
out. Easy.
Yep. Have a good night.
All right.
Peace out.